What's going on, people? How we doing? How are we doing? It's been a minute. I forgot to turn my lights on, huh? It's been a minute. There we go. Got to turn my lights on today. I haven't been down here in a while. It's baseball season. So we practice Monday through Thursday. We had a little scrimmage yesterday, but it's baseball season. So if y'all been following me enough, you know when it comes to baseball season, everything literally stops. We got the traveling. We have the 13U. We have the 13U traveling squad this year. So, but yeah, if you know me well, when it comes to baseball, everything pretty much stops. Period. So what's happening? What's going on there, John? John, 1978. How you doing, bro? How you doing? I hope everything's been going good with you. Been sick. As far as I'm concerned, I've been sick here lately. This damn machine. I'm gonna answer some stuff on here tonight also. This damn machine that I keep fighting with, this kidney machine that I keep fighting with, had a dang on thing a couple nights ago. Tell you how this thing works. So I have this home machine, right? So I've got this tube. I would show you. Well, why not? Show you exactly what I'm talking about. So a lot of times when I be talking, I'm sure people be wondering. Okay, so it's not gross, but I'll show you how this thing works. So this is my tube. This tube that you're looking at right now is in my stomach. Okay, so I have to take this tube at night, this thing right here, what you're looking at, and I have this machine. And hold on, and this machine, so this machine pumps this fluid into me, right? And I have to, like, this has to go 9 hours. I have to stay on this machine for 9 hours. And then it pumps this fluid in me. It stays in me for about an hour and 25 minutes. And then it's supposed to pull everything that your kidney does. Almost. This machine is supposed to do it. So this machine is my kidney. It's supposed to pull out all the bad stuff that makes you sick and all of this here. Now, it doesn't get all of it. It gets enough of it so I can be able to get around throughout the day. And my legs don't swell up. Because what happens is all of that fluid that is left in you, if your kidneys didn't work, man, your leg, I'm serious when I'm not kidding you when I say this. Right? I've got pretty big from working out and stuff like that. I've got pretty big legs anyway. My calves are like huge. I showed you my calves, but my calves are huge. Now, when that machine don't work the way it's supposed to, and my legs, big around. I can't even get my shoes on. I can't bend my legs or nothing. It's crazy. I'll take a picture of it one day for you guys so y'all can see what I'm talking about. This stuff isn't a joke, man. It really isn't. If you know somebody who have lost the functioning of their kidneys, ask them what they go through throughout the day. All right? And anyway, so this stupid machine that I have, that I've been fighting with the doctors, fighting with anybody that would listen to me, what this thing does, it fills me up with this fluid, right? And then after like I said, about an hour 30, it's supposed to pull all of that fluid out, plus any other fluid or toxins that I have in my body. All of that stuff has to come out right? Somewhat on the first flush. But I've got three times this happens throughout the night. All right. What this stupid machine does, which they haven't figured it out, and a lot of people that are on this machine I talk to say it happens to them. So you would think they would do whatever they need to do to make sure that they fix this, right? To see if they can get this here fixed. Because what'll happen is this. The machine don't pull everything out, and it fills you up. And you're laying there at night feeling like you just ate 12 turkeys. No, I'm not kidding. Feeling like you just ate 12 turkeys, 6 apple pies, and a whole tray of deviled eggs. Your body, you're just laying there at night. It is 2:00 in the morning, and you can barely breathe because you're so. This machine has pumped so much of this stuff in you. 2:00 in the morning, and you literally have to go through that for an hour and 30 because the next drain. Is it now? The next drain isn't until an hour and 30 minutes. So you're laying there feeling like you ate everything in your fridge for an hour and 30 minutes. I'm not kidding you. It is hell. It's hell when that thing don't work correctly. And then when it starts draining you, at 3:00, three something in the morning. So now you're saying to yourself, okay, I'm just going to sit up in bed while this thing drains me because I want to make sure everything comes out. So for the next 25 minutes of this thing draining you, you have to sit up in bed. Now, after all of this here happens, you lay back down and you wait for it to fill you back up. So now it's probably about 4:45 in the morning. You've been up since 3 something. Well, you've been going through hell since 3 something, and it's 5 something, and you can't get back to sleep. You're not go after that. You're not going to sleep. I'm just telling you right now. But anyway. It's been hell for a week, and that has happened to me twice. This week. It happened Monday, and then it happened Wednesday, and then Wednesday. So, yeah, I'm pretty crabby. I'm pretty crabby right now. Trust me when I say that. But anyway, people, seriously, what's going on with you? I hope everybody has had a better week than I have. It is Friday. I'm so happy that it's Friday. Well, I'm not happy because of the crap that's going on with the weather. Anyway, hey people, check this out. Which I think it's pretty cool. I think it's pretty cool. So, and I know a lot of people probably don't care because you probably don't keep up with stuff like this. I do. But Virginia. Bill 167. And I know they're sitting there going, why is this important? I'm going to tell you why this is important. Bill 167 removes all tax exemptions from any Confederate-led organization. It's been 166 years since the Civil War, and they were being tax exempt. Now, we sit here and you say, again, why is that important? I think it's very important. I think that, because only thing you ever hear from Republicans about the Democrats is what? Oh, the Democrats started who? The KKK. All of those Confederate monuments and statues and all that stuff, well, that was because of the Democrats, correct? Well, if the Democrats want to erase that stuff, and if the Democrats want to make amends on all of the stuff they've done wrong throughout history, Who am I to stand in the way? Who am I to sit there and go, you shouldn't do that? I totally 110% agree with the Democrats. When they sit there and go, they made a mistake, and they did. So remove the monuments. They're Democrats. These are Democrats. Democrats put them up. The Daughters of the Confederate was mainly the ones who put those statues up. Correct? So if they defund this group, guess what? We take the statues down. The Democrats can now remove all the racist things that they put up. It's a win-win. And nobody should care. No, who gives a care? It shouldn't matter to anybody. The Democrats did it. Y'all always say that. It's what I hear from Republicans all the time. Well, it was the Democrats who started the Ku Klux Klan. It was the Democrats who put up those statues. It was the Democrats with the Daughters of Confederates. It was the Democrats. Okay, I agree with you 110%. With everything that you said, it was the Democrats. Yes, it was. So now that the Democrats are removing these things, now that the Democrats are doing things to right a wrong or right or justice or whatever they're doing all of this stuff for, cool. I'm down with it. I'm good with it. I am 110% behind the Democrats and what they're doing. So in Virginia, they passed this bill. Well, some Republicans, funny, I don't know why, but the Republicans are upset because they passed. Wait a minute. Let me make sure I understand this. The Daughters of the Confederacy were Democrats, correct? I just want to make sure I got this right because maybe I missed something somewhere. And the Republicans do have every right to be upset of what happened, what's going on. So if the Republicans had nothing to do with the Klan, they had nothing to do with the Daughters of Confederacy, they had nothing to do with the statues and everything that went up, why are the Republicans upset that the Democrats... I'm going to have to put that out there online. I'm going to ask that question. Why are the Republicans upset that Virginia took away the tax status of the Daughters of Confederacy? Why are they mad that Bill 167 passed? Why? That has nothing to do with Republicans. Nothing. The Republicans, they wasn't my understanding, they wasn't a Confederate. As they always say, Lincoln is the one that freed the slaves, and he was a Republican. So, if all of that is true, the Republicans have no right to be upset what Virginia has done. Correct? I mean, if I'm reading this right, they have no reason to be upset because they had nothing to do with it. The Republicans had nothing to do with any of that. All right. So let's look at a couple of things here real quick because I did say I was going to answer something. This guy, where was that at? Let's look at this. Because we had an argument over what's going on downtown, right? So let's do this here. And again, there's a Democratic lady, and you got to go watch this. It's with Alpha News, and Liz Collins is doing this interview with this white lady, a white liberal Democrat lady. You got to go watch it for yourself. You really got. I've watched it a couple of times because I there's a couple of things that she said that I have to sit back and I have to laugh at, because it's as if they did not see it coming. They saw it. They knew it. But Liz Collins does this in Alpha News. They did this interview with this white lady, and the white lady is complaining about the Democratic Party, a party that she was 110% involved in, a party that the white liberals, that's exactly who did this. When you talk about socialism in Duluth, you talk about socialism in Minneapolis, you talk about socialism in Rochester, and then the socialism that's about to hit St. Cloud. The only ones that you can look at is these Democratic, liberal, white. They are, I don't really think y'all understand. I don't think you get how powerful these women had gotten. And people in the party was trying to push down on their power. And at the time that they was trying to push down on the power of these white liberal women, they were also going, hey, that socialist over there looks really good. Maybe that's what we need to do. To bring them down to speed, we need to bring in these crazy, stupid socialists. But they didn't come in as socialists, and I want you to understand that. Years ago, there was a guy, his name was Philippe Cunningham. Look him up. He was in Ward 5, Minneapolis, on the city council. It was him and a couple of other activists that were on the Minneapolis City Council. And we kept saying over and over, we cannot have these activists on the city council. Now, what these activists was doing is they came in as Democrats. They came in acting as if, oh yeah, we're Democrats, but we're out here fighting the power and we're doing this here. And because of all the unrest and everything that was going on, especially after George Floyd, that's what everybody in Minneapolis thought that they needed. We need these activists, these people loudmouth in the streets, running off at the mouth. Those are the people we need on the city council. Not realizing that not only are they active, they're crazy, right? Not only are they activists, but these are some crazy people. Their mindset is crazy. Their thoughts are crazy. Their feelings are crazy. The way they see things are crazy. And they always hurt. No matter what happens, no matter what you say, their feelings are always hurt. Always. Always. You can't say mean things to them. You got to make sure you use a him, he, her, she pronoun crap. But they tricked the white liberal woman. And the white liberal woman was like, yeah, I'm behind you 110%. Power to the people. But what she didn't realize is these people didn't care about power to the people. These people cared about power. Period. Changing everything the way they want it. And they were going to do it no matter what. They came in, defund and get rid of the police. That was the start of this. When they started talking about getting rid of the police. The start of it, hold on. The start of it was what you see today. Pretty much the open air drug sales. Where they was basically saying, you know what? The drug war is bull crap. It's just a way to house and put black people in jail. That's how this whole thing started, right? And we shouldn't punish people for having marijuana, which is true. But all these other drugs, we should just let people do what they want to do. And what did they start doing? They start giving out needles. They start giving out all this stuff for drug use and making sure that we had Narcan in machines and all this here type of stuff. They literally start telling cops, if you see someone selling drugs, hands off, man. That's why there's open air drug sales right now, right, going on as we speak. Because this is how the socialists saw it. But they was activists. They didn't come out as socialists yet. They couldn't. They had to travel under the activist thing. And if you call yourself an activist, the white liberal woman who thinks she can save everything and everybody is all about you. Oh, they'll jump on board real quick because she thinks she's doing something. And she thinks this is a way I can figure this out and we can make money. If y'all think this fraud stuff with these Somalis are new, you're crazy. This is what I'm telling y'all. Y'all don't know. You don't know shit. Literally. If y'all think that the only time fraud has hit this state and the stuff that's been done and your tax dollars has gone into people, you're out your mind. You're crazy. You're loony. Tells me you don't know shit. Hell, there's a group that wears red shirts that came into the black community and cleaned up. Y'all always talking about Black Lives Matter and the money that Black Lives Matter walked out of here. There's a gun group, 2 gun groups that wear red shirts that came into the black community and made money hand over fist, put money in their pocket. How do you think they got all the money to give to the Democrats to go up there and lobby and to fight these gun battles? Where do you think they got the money from? From the black community. Yes, that happened. They came into the black community and taught some of these Negroes how to write grants. We didn't know nothing about no damn grants. Then white liberal women came into our community and taught you how to write grant. You know what happened? You write a grant for $50,000, you kick back to them $5,000. Yeah, brother, that was going on. That happened right there in Minneapolis. Planting a garden, I showed you guys the gardens. White liberal women's coming here to my planting gardens. They get money for these grants. They get a $20,000 grant. They turn around and put $5,000 into a stupid garden that nobody's going to give a damn about, and they keep the rest of the money. That's what was going on. They take big flower pots and put them in parking lots of black-owned businesses so people wouldn't be loitering around. They put flowers in there, and whatever left over from the crap that they did, the broken window syndrome, they pocket that money. That's what was going on, people. So if y'all think that the Somalis are the only ones that was getting these grants, getting these, maybe not in the millions, I understand what you're saying. But Rev, I know it's a whataboutism. But Rev, they were doing it in the millions. Doesn't matter. A scheme is a scheme. Fraud is fraud. Period. You stealing taxpayers' money. That's what was going on. And we don't talk about that. Hell, there's a black church right now that's about to go through it. There's about to go $2 million they put in these people's hand. That $2 million didn't make no difference in the community. The $2 million they gave them didn't make no difference. There was still shootings. There was still robberies. There was still businesses going, black people, no place to put their business. That's why they have the Minneapolis the summertime rolls around. All the black businesses get up under a tent. All the black businesses go over to the Capri Theater. We don't have a mall like the Somalis do. We don't have a mall like the Asians do. We had to get up under tents. All of that retail space that's down there in North Minneapolis right now. You tell me that they can't open that and have that all day at an event, all day, and let people go in there and sell their stuff in there? No, we have to wait for this summertime to roll around for anything to happen. So the $2 million that this church got ain't done a damn thing. Nothing. So now the state is going, we want our money back. But the interview, again, cracked me up because she helped get these socialists, active socialists, she helped get those socialists into office. And the very ones that she helped get into office, now she's bitching about. Hey, what's happening, Chad? Chad says, proposal, nonprofit had classes on how to... Oh, yeah, Chad, that's what I'm talking about. The white liberal women came in and taught those classes, those nonprofit classes. The Carmel Mall owner was the one who bribed Heron, and both went to prison. Oh, wow. Wow, I did not know that. Wow, that is deep. That is deep. I did not know that. But they came in and they taught those classes. And then she goes on to Alpha News and talks to Liz Collins, and she bitches about the very thing she put together, the very thing she helped usher in. And now you look at that city council now. A bunch of socialists. And lo and behold, and I say it again, I'll say it all over again. I know Mayor Fry isn't everybody's cup of tea. I know that. I get it. Trust me. The dude has done things that piss me off. I bet y'all I went off on Fry on many occasions because of some of the things that he hasn't done. But I'm going to tell you this here. I be damned. I be damned if I'm going to sit back and let them take over. Not while I'm here. Not while. Now, you can do it somewhere else, but not Minneapolis. No. That's why I got every black church I could find. Every pack, get your people, get them down to the polls. I need people. I need black folks to show up at the polls. Because if we sit back and we let them get into office, them socialists get into office, it's over for the black community. It's over for black folks. You can just stick a nail in us. Period. Point blank. Period. Point blank. Because you know what? Here's the thing. Even tonight, when these people are talking about what has the Somali community done, I'm going back and forth with this dude here. Where is he at? He was talking about what has the Somali community. Look. You can't go anywhere these days, and the Somali community isn't. You go to the airport, right? Almost every position there that has something to do with keeping that place clean, you see Somalis are in it. You go to a hotel room, right? You go checking out. There's 4 or 5 Somalis on each floor, cleaning up, getting everybody out of there. You go to the hospital. Go to any one of the hospitals. Who's doing the maintenance in those hospitals? I don't see anybody else doing it. I don't see anybody. And just like I said before, coming up here, summer is coming. I'm going down there in Elk River. Go past Elk River. Right outside of Elk River, there's a potato farm down there. Potato farm. And they talking about immigrants coming here and all this here type of stuff. I want to see how many white folks are going to be down there working in that potato farm. Because black folks ain't going. When we talking about the immigrants here in Minnesota, black folks is not going. So that man's got to get his potatoes. I know I need my, because I love me a good baked potato with chili on it and cheese and ham and whatever else I want to throw on it. I know that. So somehow, some way, we got to get those potatoes from the field. No, y'all got to get those potatoes from the field on the tractor and into my grocery store. I don't know how you're going to do it, but you need to figure it out. Because if you're telling me that the immigrants who usually do that, and the lettuce and stuff that's out there also on the other side, because I love me some lettuce on my cheeseburger. Oh, yes, I do. Bacon and lettuce tomato sandwich, love that too. So y'all need to figure this thing out. So if immigrants, if you're looking at it, come on, immigrants this, immigrants this, immigrants this, I'm sitting there going, okay. Let's do something different. Let's think about these people in a different way. We don't always have to. I'm trying to think of who cracks me up. What's his name? Eric Lasara. Eric Lasara is an immigrant. He's an Hispanic. And for him to sit there and talking about illegal immigrant, for that word to even come out of his mouth, is pathetic. It's pathetic. Now, some of these immigrants, y'all can be mad at me if they want to, but like I said, I don't see y'all out doing the jobs that they're doing. I don't see y'all out doing the jobs that they're doing. So, come this summer, I'm going down there. I'm going to see how many white folks who hate immigrants are going to be out there picking them potatoes, because you're not going. Let's be real. Let's not be stupid. I know you ain't going, and you know you ain't going. Period, point blank. So let's not act like that we're going to be out there, because I know I ain't going. I can tell you right now, there's no way in the world I would ever be out. Well, let somebody come up to me and go, Rev, we will pay you $90 an hour. $90 an hour. And I'll sit there and go, I'm only working for about 4 hours. Because when it gets hot, it's over for me. I'm done. But I'll come in and I'll work from 6. I'll work from, I'll work from like 6 to 10, because you usually start getting hot about 10:30, 11, you would say. 6 to about 10:30. And after that, I'm done. $90 an hour. That's the only way you're going to see me out in the field. And I know I'm not going to see half of you out there anyway. So let's not even start that. So there are immigrants here in this state, right? That are needed. It's the point of, how do we make sure that we're doing what's right and they're doing what's right? Because we got to do right by them and they got to do right by us. The problem is the Democrats don't do that. No, they don't. They don't. And the Republicans don't do it either. The only thing the Republicans do is bitch about them. The Republicans bitch about them, and the Democrats bitch for them. You understand what I'm saying? The Republican bitch that they're in the state, knowing we need them. The Democrats bitch for them, going, well, they have to be here, but they don't regulate them. They don't do what's right by them. You go down there on Stevenson and 31st, or right up under the bridge on 35W in Stevenson. And I don't really believe that the Democrats even have any clue of how many immigrants are here, and immigrants who are not citizens. How's that? Now, I'm not going to do this illegal thing. I'm not going to do that. Republicans love to make sure that people realize that, they try to act like they're better than somebody. Immigrants that are not citizens, I don't believe that the Democrats have any clue the number of people who are here. I really don't believe so. I really don't believe so. And that's my problem with where the Democrats are at. The Democrats need to sit here and say, listen, here is the deal. We're going to give you every opportunity. We'll give you if you haven't committed a crime here in the state of Minnesota, if you're willing to come here and do what's right by everybody and be a part of what's going on here and not steal money from the taxpayers, here's what we want to do. We want to count you. We should know how many of these people are in the state of Minnesota. That's what we should do. How many are homeless? How many are out there working? How many are out there looking for a job? The problem is the Democrats have zero clue because they don't care. Come in, we don't care. Do whatever you want to do. Do it however you want to do it. We'll find a way to make money off of you. That's a fact. That's what Democrats do. That's how they see. They don't see. See, the Democrats try to make people believe that they're all of this and that's what they want everybody to believe. And that's just bullcrap. It's just not true. The Democrats see people as dollar signs. That immigrant is a dollar. If I can get that immigrant in here and do whatever I tell them to do, I can find a way to make money off of these people. That's what the Democrats are about. The Democrats, how do I make money off of you? Oh, I'll fight for you and I'll say good things and I'll try everything that's possible. I'll try everything that's possible to keep you here, but in the back of the Democrats' head is, how do I make money off of you? That's what's important. How do I make money off of you? How do I get you in this system that's going to pay me for you being here? For me letting you come here, I can get paid. How do I do that? That's what the Democrats are about. Democrats don't really give a damn about poor people. Democrats don't really give a damn about the homeless people. Democrats don't really give a damn about these immigrants that's coming here. They don't. It's about money. It's about getting paid. It's about putting money in their pocket. Period. And if people don't see that, that's your fault. It's not my fault. I'm just telling you what's straight up. Because seriously, name a problem that the Democrats here in Minnesota have actually fixed. Name something that they have fixed with all the money that the Democratic Party writing grants for, shelling out the door. Name me one problem in this state with all the money that has been going out, all the taxpayers' dollars. Name me something that the Democrats have done right. You can't. You know why? Because they haven't. Think about it. Everything that they do deals with giving somebody money. It deals with money somewhere, money going out, grants here, grants there. That's what everything, pretty much. They just watch this. Watch this. I'm going to say this here. And I know some people, I don't know, I don't know. 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 I don't They're going to look at it and think that I'm being rude in what I'm saying. But those people don't quit. Right? Hold on. Watch this. Billions of dollars it went into that community. And Ilhan Omar is up at Congress asking for $1 million to go to a place for drug addicted Somalis. But here's the kicker to this thing. The office is in a restaurant. And I look, again, I'm not mad at them. You can't be mad at somebody for their hustle. You just can't. You can't. I know we want to be. I know we want to be upset, and I know we want to be pissed. Oh, these Somalis, they did this and they did that. I can't be mad at them for their hustle, man. I can't. All this fraud money, all this money that went out the door with the daycare, transportation, food, eating the food with the fraud, with the autism, all that, billions and billions and billions. And she turns around and writes a bill for $1 million for drug treatment. You can't kill the hustle, man. That's just how. This is what I said before. When they start letting these people into this country, I really don't think they were vetted. I don't think people looked into who they were dealing with. Right? There's this totally different. Hold on. This is totally different. I know they sit there and they go, well, what about the Vietnamese? When they came here, they got those people out of jungles of where they were being chased and killed and things of that sort. Well, what about the Hmong? Same thing. Same thing. But you go to a third world country and you get savages, and you think you're going to turn them into something overnight? You think they're going to come here and assimilate, and they're not going to be at war and hating each other, and their normal instincts, whether they're born here, first generation, second generation, third, those instincts are not going to kick in, and they're not going to be the people that are you out your mind? Are you serious? Dude asked me the other day, and he goes, Rev, I'm not trying to be mean, but he says to me, in a way, didn't the black people come over like the Somali people did? And I told him, I said, the difference between the Somalis and the American descendant of slaves is white folks beat whatever the Somali community still have in them. They beat that out of black folks. Think about it. Facts. We're going to beat you until we break the wildness out of you. That's exactly what happened. That group of people, they're still who they are. There was no change. They still speak their language. One of the worst things in the world, one of the things that pissed me off to this day is we were not able to keep our language. My grandparents spoke a different dialect than what I'm speaking today. This is King English. This English was beaten into us. You are going to speak this language. You're going to sound like this. Where everybody else get to come over and they get to keep their language. I should be able to speak 2 languages right now. My ancestors' dialect, I should be able to speak that with no problem. And I should be able to speak whatever I'm speaking now. But because The white man said, no, we're going to take everything from you. And they did, pretty much. This is where we're at. Now, like I told him, that's the difference. That's the difference. So when you bring those people over here, you're bringing them in raw. And how they act and what they do and how they keep their culture and keep that same mindset and keep the same. That's what you got. And you're not changing that. There'll be no, as we call it, bubble of assimilation. You can't be, they're not going to get in that bubble. Okay? Period, point blank. So now you turn and you look at things and you go, well, what do we do now? Right? So that's the question. What's the question? You ask the question about downtown. Okay, how do we bring downtown back? Well, first off, we got to get certain people off the board. Okay. And the sad part about it is the people of Minneapolis is so down. They're so in the dirt that it's going to take a while to clean those people up. And hope and pray. We got to hope and pray that not enough these socialist groups are they smell the blood in the water as far as the Democratic Party goes. They know they have cut the Democratic Party, and the Democratic Party is bleeding. Because like I said, if you don't believe me, go watch that interview that Liz Collins did with the white woman. Go watch Alpha News, and you will understand. When you got Democrats bitching to a right wing, listen to me. When you got Democrats bitching to a right wing platform, that should tell you how bad it is. And it is, people, it is bad. It is bad. That woman sees the writing on the wall. That woman sees what she has done. So the Democrats have to get to the point that they stop it with these activists. The liberal white woman can't save everybody. She just can't do it. So they got to stop it with these activists because they're not activists. They are socialists disguised as activists. That's where the buck has to stop. The next election, there cannot be an activist either on the board or getting on that city council. It can't be. There cannot be an activist on the school board. There can't be an activist on the park board at all. That's where that's where all of this has to stop. And then everybody always, let me show you something too. How when people are always screaming and yelling, talking about that we don't care about what happens. We don't care about what happens to downtown. Downtown is no big this and that. No, you should care. You need to call up your city council member, not city council. Call up your representative and ask them how much money your little area, your little district gets from downtown. And how does that help your district? When downtown makes money, the whole state makes money, correct? So when y'all sit here and say, I'll give you a perfect example. HCMC, okay? I heard some people the other day talking about, how they don't care about HCMC and they ran themselves out of the dirt and they don't care about this and they don't care about. Okay, let's think about this for a second. You got a set of four-wheelers. You and your son and your wife go up north. You go up to a beautiful place that you go up to a beautiful place that the Republicans are about to ruin, which is the Boundary Waters. I've never been there. My wife's brother comes here every other year. And he takes his girls and they go up to the Boundary Waters. I heard how beautiful that place is. Everybody's talk about how beautiful that place is. But the Republican Party, like they always do, they just want to ruin stuff. So the Republicans are about to ruin the boundary waters. But anyway, that's my beef on the boundary waters. You go up and y'all go get to drive around there. You don't get to go in there, but you get to drive like around. And all of a sudden you're having a good time. You're going fast and they flip that four-wheeler. And that four-wheeler lands on your son. Where do you think they're going to medevac your son to? HCMC. Even though, like you say, I don't live inside of Hennepin County. I don't ever do anything at HCMC. HCMC is doesn't matter with me. You got an elderly father that lives out in Zimmerman. That elderly father has that stroke. And you get there just in time to call. What do you think they're going to take him to save his life? Don't y'all know HCMC has they have everything there to bring people back to life. You go to HCMC. A hunting accident. You go to HCMC. A really bad car accident out in the rural area. You go to HCMC. Period. So yes, HCMC is important to everybody. Downtown is important to everybody. It's not just, and I understand, I get it. I understand it. I get it when people sit there and go, well, I can't vote for the people that's there. But you know what you can do? You can start telling your Republican, because that's usually who your guys have to deal with. Lawmakers to get in front of mics like this and start talking about these things. See, when you don't care, it's when things go crazy, go awry. But if you go to the people that you vote for, when they knock on your door and they tell you, I need your vote, you need to say to them point blank, what have you done, or what do you do? Because, if y'all don't think HCMC is as important as you think it is, no, maybe you don't go down there. But it's going to be that one time. Watch, I guarantee you, it'll be that one time that you need HCMC. And with the cuts that Donald Trump has done, and some of these rural hospitals are closing now, some of these clinics are closing, you know what you're going to need? HCMC. What's happening? Carl, you got to call me, brother. Carl, yeah, Carl. You got to call me when you get some time. Carl, you got to call me, my brother. You got to call me because we both are going through the same thing. I wish you'd have called me before you went and had, because Carl's going through the same thing I'm going through, except Carl goes in 3 times a week. There's no way in the world I could do that. No way in the world I could do that. That's why I did the peritoneal. That's why I do it at night, so I can kind of have a life somewhat. But man, Carl, I appreciate you. You give me a call when you get a chance. We'll have a conversation. But yeah, man, y'all gotta start putting pressure on people that you call your legislators. You got to put pressure on them, right? Because if you don't, you're gonna get the Democrats running this state and going crazy. They already gone crazy. Already. Jim Bob, there he is. What's happening, bro? What's happening, Jim Bob? What's going on? Jim Bob's in the house. So we can make a difference, people. And here's the thing that I try to make you guys understand. There's a lot of Democrats that are not happy with the Democrats. But here's the thing, though. The only reason that you sit there to go, well, how do I make a difference? Well, because you show up and you start talking, you start understanding what's going on, right? Because honestly, there are, and y'all don't hear this much because you're not around. You don't see it. But there's a lot of Democrats that are not happy with the Democratic Party. But because they believe what they hear and what they see. Donald Trump, y'all don't understand how bad Donald Trump messed up here. I wish I could make you Republicans understand how bad this dude messed up here. Y'all about to see something. I'm serious when I say this. I want you to mark this down. I'll put $100 down on this here table right now. Right now. And we'll say this with 10 toes on the ground. Y'all wait and see. If y'all have zero clue. Because, listen to me. Hold on. Let me show you something. Okay? Let me show you something. When you got white folks standing in the street telling black folks that you stay home. We don't want you out in the streets. We're going to march for. See, this is what America never wanted to have happen. Ever. They fought tooth and nail. Racism exists, so we can't come together. But when you got white folks in the streets of Minneapolis telling black folks, black and brown folks, we don't want you in the streets. We don't want you to get hurt. We want you here for the final fight. We want you around. We're going to march for you. When you have, boy, I was like, oh my God, y'all have zero clue how big that is. You have zero clue how big that is here in the state of Minnesota. Here in the state of Minnesota. White folks, y'all know this as well as I do. Right? Even when George Floyd, yeah, we had a few white folks that was out there, right? Few white folks came out to George Floyd and you saw, but it wasn't like this. Jim Bob said, many Democrats don't realize that their entire leadership have sold them out for Marxists. And yep. I was talking about that earlier tonight, Jim Bob. But a lot of Democrats are beginning to wake up. A lot of Democrats are seeing that I don't call them Marxists. I just call them socialists. You know what I mean? People like to use that word Marxist because it sounds worse, but they are true, flat out, no ifs, ands, or buts, scary socialists, Jim Bob. But when you got white folks out in the streets right now, screaming and yelling for black folks, y'all wait, man. I'm telling you. They came in here. Hold on. Watch this. There was a time that you had the Somalians about to cross over. A lot of them. A lot of Somalians were crossing over. The Latinos, especially the Latinos here in Minnesota, was crossing over big time, right? The Asians, right? Yeah, the large Asian, because I can tell you that because I can show you pictures of me at a Asian function where they were basically all Republicans. A huge number. I mean, the whole soccer field and baseball field and everything else was packed with them. What Donald Trump did here in this state by bringing ICE here, what Lisa DeMoss did in this state, what the Republican Party did in this state, y'all don't understand. I wish I could make some of you understand. But we'll wait till November because I guarantee you I'll put $100 down here. Y'all about to see some ugly, ugly. And it's not all just because they hate the Republican Party. No. It's Donald Trump. And that's what people don't understand here in Minnesota. When the Republicans inside of Hennepin County won't even run, name me. Hold on. Like I said, I don't put it out there unless I can give you something. Name me one Republican candidate out of Hennepin County. A serious. I know who you're gonna say, but he ain't serious. He ain't serious. See, because when I walk with you on Monday, when I'm walking down the street with you on Monday, and you're screaming and yelling, trying to get Black Lives Matter money on Monday, and then Wednesday you walking around talking about you MAGA, get out of here. I can't take you serious. I cannot take you serious. Period, point blank. I know who you are. Y'all can be fooled by him. I know who he is. See, that's the difference between me and you all. I know who he is. Y'all can be fooled all you want by him. Not me. I know who he is. I knew him before. He starts talking this crap and y'all fell in love with him. And I'm going to know him after. It's only a matter of time. It's only a matter of time before. It's like think about it. What's that dude? Don Lucci or whatever? I keep telling y'all. Same with Candace Owens. I wish I can go back. I'm going to go back and find some of my tapes. When I was telling y'all about Candace Owens. When I told y'all. Oh no, but as long as she was kicking down black folks, y'all didn't give a damn. I told you Candace Owens wasn't about shit. I told y'all from get jump. That dude Don Lucci, I told you the same thing. But as long as he was pissing on black folks, don't give a damn. Y'all need to get off of that. Half of these black so-called megas, they only in it for the money. They don't give a damn about you. It ain't about that party. Because they're not doing. I can understand if some of these black megas went over to the Republican Party and they was actually doing something. What are they doing? Where are they? Tell me something that one of these black megas have done for the Republican Party. Nothing. They sit there and go, well, I'm leaving the Democratic Party. I'm going over. No. Sorry. That's my country. That's my black country. Let me get to my black assimilation. I feel that I don't see a reason that I should be in the Democratic Party anymore. It's just a plantation. The Democratic Party, only thing they do is they just hold us back. Don't you understand that Democrats started the KKK? Don't you understand that the Democrats are the one who put us down? Don't you understand that Democrats are the one who's holding us? That's my black mega. I'm doing black mega right now. But what has they done? Name me something a black mega has done. Nothing. My wife and I go to South Carolina every year. That's where we go for our vacation. Go down to South Carolina. We go down to Mount Olive, South Carolina, and we rent this tiny house. Seriously, it's cool as all get up. I'm going to show you the pictures. But we go down there every other year. Sorry. We'll go down to South Carolina, Charleston, North Charleston, South Charleston. Because that's where I traced my people came in on the boat. My people, that's where they came to that marketplace down there. They were sold. And then my grandfather, my great-great-great-great-great-great-great-grand, whatever, marched from South Carolina all the way to Tennessee. True story. Followed him all the way there. But anyway, I'm gonna leave y'all alone. I'm done. I'm 7 minutes over. I was going to say something. I was going to go somewhere else, and then I was going to piss everybody out. But no, seriously, when at the end of the day, somebody tell me, hit me up on my thing. Tell me something that these black MAGAs did. Remember Blexit? I told y'all Blexit was. I told you for point blank what Blexit was. It was a moneymaker. It was a money. Black folks didn't give to Blexit. You know who gave to Blexit? White folks. White folks. Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did. You did. Y'all made Candace Owens rich. Black folks wasn't giving to no damn Blexit. And all them black folks that got into Blexit were getting paid. Just like Don Lucci. All of them. That's why I like Nick Fuentes. Everybody got mad at me. Everybody, well, I can't believe, Rev, you would back Nick Fuentes. Yeah, I do. I like Nick. I like everything that comes out of that kid's mouth. You know why? Because he tells the damn truth. When Nick Fuentes went off and started calling out all those black tokens, as he calls it, yeah, he did. Go look at his video. I watch that video all the time. When he went off and started calling all those black tokens out, boom. That's what I was saying. Nick said he's getting rid of all the black tokens are leaving. And look at what's going on. Y'all are finally going, we don't need black folks calling black folks' name. We don't need black folks talking about black folks like this. We can do it ourselves. Period. And Nick says point blank, Nick was like, he don't like black folks and all this here type of stuff. I was like, that's my nigga right there. That's what I'm talking about. Tell the damn truth. If you don't like me, just say you don't like me. It's cool. It's cool. I ain't gonna hate you. He said, let me jump on the Ace of Spades. What's happening, brother? He said, let me jump on the Nick Fuentes. No. I know Nick. I know everybody's always saying Nick's a bad person and he's Jewish, right? No, he's not Jewish, but he talks about the Jewish people really bad and all that. I understand that. Don't get me wrong. I get what you're saying. I understand what you guys are saying. I know Nick is this and this and this. But at the end of the day, Nick has come out and said exactly what a lot of people want to say. Except what they did is they used the Candace Owens. Yeah, you did. Can I talk to you? Yeah, you can talk, Ace of Spades. I wish you would have came on before. You can either talk now or what you can do if you want. I wish I could. I can't get you. I can't, because of this thing, I can't shoot you over this, because I would like to have you right here. I tell you what, brother, let's do this here. I don't know if you're one of those people that don't like to be seen don't like your face on the internet. I don't know if that's who you are. But if you're not, and this is what I tell everybody, my friend, you can be right here next to me. Yeah, I can't do that now. Dude, but if you want to, let's set something up, and I'll give you the whole hour. That's why I tell people, I'll be more than happy to have a guest any night of the week, man. I mean, even if you want to do something tomorrow, I'll be more than happy to do it. But what I can't do right now is I can't get you in here. That's the only thing I can't do right now. I wish I could. But because I've already started and I'm almost done. But if you want to, do me a favor. Only thing you have to do is shoot me your email, and I will get you the link to this here. And the next time I'm on, or whenever you're free, only thing I have to do is say, hey, Rev, I'm free. I want to come on and talk to you and hang out with you. Dude, you're on. Period, point blank. But yeah, that's the only thing with this here program that is a bummer. I can't. I'd have to send you the email to all of this. I have to email all of this stuff to you. Oh, you know what? Hold on. Hold on, man. Hold on. I think I may have something here. Okay, give me a second. Let me find you. I'm going to email you something. Hold on. Where are you? We're going to try this. I got you on here somewhere. There you go, right here. You follow me? Yes. Let's do this. Let's do this here. Got to give me a minute here. Oh, hold on. Let's see if this works, okay? Little wife is going to be like, I thought you say you was only going down there for an hour. Okay, so, hey, dude, I'm going to send you something and type this into your computer, and let's see if it works. If we get away with it, I've learned something new tonight. Okay, so I'm going to send you this. There you go. If we get away with it, cool. If not, then we'll figure. If not, we'll figure something else out. If not, we'll. Anyway, let's. You want to hold on just for a couple more seconds here. We're gonna see if this works. I don't know if it's gonna work. If it works, be cool. But we'll give that a shot. Type that. Just type that into your computer. Hold on. Yeah. Type that into your computer, and you got to make sure that you do get the where it says guest.ecam.live/54E, and we'll see if you pop up here. But anyway, as I was saying, he said, got it. Okay, well, let's see if it works, bro. If it works, then we're in business, right? Just take that and type that in your computer, and then it should. And hopefully, like I said, we can see how this works. So as long as you got a good computer and you got a cam, then we should be good to go, right? If not, we'll try it. We'll try it a different way. We'll try it a different way, and I'll get you on here. But at the end of the day, like I was saying before, and I guess nobody. And I checked my Get Up here to see if anybody came up with something that these so-called black influencers has done, and nobody could come up with anything. You know why? Because they haven't done anything. That's why. That's why. That's why I laugh at them. That's why they're funny to me with everything. But yeah, Carl, if you're still on, like I said before, when you get a minute, give me a buzz, so we can chat. I know we haven't had the time to. I've been trying to get in with you and Dexter, whenever you got Dexter on, because that's another one that I hadn't spoken to in a long time. So, but I know the feeling, brother, and I know what you're going through. Oh, okay. Here we go. Hold on. God,
We
look at
live?
that. What's
Hey, it
happening?
worked.
What's happening, man?
What's happening, brother?
I'm good. I'm good, my friend.
I've been following you for probably the last 7 years, man.
Well, check me out, right?
Yeah.
Well, that's cool. I didn't know if that was gonna work because I've never tried it. I've never tried it like that.
Yeah. I agree with about 70% of the things that you say.
Oh, wait a second. You got to introduce yourself. Everybody's going, who is this guy?
Ace of Spades.
All right. All right. So you agree with this? This is Nick, right? We're talking about Nick.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Go ahead. You got the floor.
Fuentes, I think he speaks. Nobody likes what he says, but I'm in 100% agreement with what he says is real, but nobody wants to say it.
Okay. Okay. I agree. I agree with you.
I think all of your followers are going to hate that you agree with Fuentes
I,
because they all think he's a racist
yeah, he
and a
is.
bigot.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
is. He
So
is.
why do you
But
agree with him?
because he
You're
says
black.
huh?
You're black.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I agree with him because he says exactly what people like you want to say but is afraid to say. Right? I mean, because that's why Candace Owens is so big. Candace Owens is big because of the crap that Candace Owens says. What's that officer? What's his Officer Tatum. Officer Tatum is big because the things that he say. Don Luce, he's big because he crashes down on black people.
Yeah.
Brandon Tatum was just talking about the crap that he says about black people. Candace Owens made millions off of white people because of what she said about black people. I can say that about Candace Owens because I was in the room watching her. I walked up to Candace Owens and gave her my card after she was done crashing out on black folks, and I told her she needed to stop it.
I
Nick
think Candace
DeWitt,
Owens I think she's a piece of shit grifter.
she is. I've been saying that for years. But look how big she is. Why? Because Turning Point, Charlie Kirk, and every other white influencer lifted her up in the air. Black people didn't make Candace Owens. We didn't make Candace Owens. Candace Owens was made by white folks because white folks liked
she's a
what
black
Candace
conservative.
Say again?
Because she was a black conservative female,
Man,
and she was pretty.
Yeah, but Candace Owens ain't no more conservative than I am. I'm more. I guarantee you, I'm more conservative.
She's a liberal.
Thank you.
Yes.
Appreciate
Yes.
you.
She's a liberal grifter, and now all she does is she's getting the white suburban women by talking about all this drama,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
she's making buku money doing it, and
That's
she's
right.
going to keep doing it.
That's right.
That's why she's going after Kirk. That's why she's going after Bridget McCone, saying she's got a cock. That's all she's doing, and she's getting the clicks.
That's her new grift.
Yes, and she's
her new
making
grift.
buku money doing it, and she's not
but
going to stop.
no, she don't have to because she had got enough people to believe the crap that she was saying before. Yeah, some people have jumped off her ship. Some people, I'll never listen to Candace ever again. Why? Because she's not talking about black folks no more. So you don't want to hear what she has to say because now she's after Kurt. She's making fun of Kurt's wife and all this here type of stuff.
She's got the suburban white girls,
right?
like my wife. My wife listens to Kansas, and I'm like, she's a piece of shit. Don't listen to her.
Yeah,
And she's
man.
like, well, I love it. It's just like watching the Real Housewives. That's exactly what it is.
Well, it's just like I was saying earlier. Name me something some of these so-called black influencers, MAGA, has went over to the Republican side and did what? What have they done? Nothing.
Are you MAGA?
Hell no. Hell no.
What are you?
I'm a Colin Powell conservative.
What does that mean?
That means, do you know who Colin Powell is?
Yeah, he was Secretary of Defense.
Yeah, that's Colin Powell. Colin Powell did not buy everything that the Republican Party said, right? To me, Republicans, you got Republican Party and you got conservatives, right? The Republican Party are your Barry Goldwater, Ronald Reagan people.
Are you a Reaganite?
Oh, hell no. No.
Why not?
I voted my first time ever voting. I'm a military brat. My dad did 26 years in the Marine Corps. So I grew up on military bases. And what I was taught that we vote for the Republican Party because the Republican Party takes care of your daddy's check. Right? That's what I was taught. So my first vote, Ronald Reagan. That's who I voted for. Not because I was a Republican. Not because at the time I was an 18-year-old full of whatever, ready to go out and tackle the world. But I just knew my dad said we vote Republican because of Ronald Reagan takes care of your daddy's check. He takes care of the military. Right? So I voted Ronald Reagan. Not like I said, not that I was behind him, but my grandfather is a Republican. My grandfather never made the switch in 62. Did not make the switch. My uncles, I've got two uncles who are to this day still Republicans. They never made the switch.
Moderate Republicans today are Democrats.
Pretty much. Yep.
Like, when I grew up, my dad, he was an electrician, union guy. He voted Clinton.
For the union, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And now he's never voting Democrat again because they want people like transvestites. They want your kids going to school, like doing all this crazy shit. All the books that they read, it's nuts.
Right. Well, I did Ronald Reagan.
If it was 15 years ago, I'd be a Democrat. I agree with all of that, but now I have to be Republican.
Yep. No, and I was, and I did not vote for the first Bush, Daddy Bush, because of the racism he threw in the party. I left
before my time.
Huh? That was before your time.
I was born in '91, so the first
man, I can tell you. I can tell you some stuff. Yeah, and then I went to Clinton. I hung out with Clinton for a little bit, but then I was like, nah, Clinton is doing things that I don't agree with. I went back over to the Republican Party. That's when I really start going, okay, I can get into the Republican Party. And then I realized, no, I can't get in the Republican Party. I can be a conservative. I can have values of a conservative. Black people, look, what people don't realize and understand is black people are flat out conservative people. We are. No ifs, no ands, no buts. We can't
why are all voting for Democrats?
Because Republicans are racist.
Why are they racist?
Republicans are Barry Goldwater centered people. Barry Goldwater.
So if I tell you I'm a Republican, I'm a racist?
You I believe if you believe in the values of the Republican Party, you are. If you are a conservative, one who are willing to open the door.
What's the difference between a Republican and conservative?
Oh, thank you for asking. So
that's a very broad brush that you just.
I swing this brush very broad, right? Because a Republican is what Donald Trump is trying to hold on to. A Republican are the very people who will not talk down on the Proud Boys, who believe that these dudes walk around with the tiki torches. A Republican don't want to open the door to anything different than who they are. A Republican want to make sure that you have to literally dummy yourself down to be part of the Republican Party, where you have a conservative will make sure that they open the door. I've got more conservative friends, white friends, than I do Republican white friends, because most of my Republican white friends believe in that mindset of your Lee Atwater. They believe in the mindset of your Barry Goldwater. They believe in the mindset of a governor from Mississippi, Bennett, segregation.
You're saying all these names. I have no clue who they are.
You got to look them up. That's what I'm saying. You got to look this stuff up, man. You got to go. You have to go back.
Trump is racist?
Say again?
Do you think Trump is racist?
No, Trump isn't racist. What Trump has done is he has pulled that element. He has the same element that Bull Connor. You know who he is? Say you know who he is.
Bo Connor?
You don't know who Bull Connor is?
No.
Grab a pen. Grab a pen. Nope. Grab a pen.
I got it. I have a very good memory.
I got it, man. See, this is why black and white people need to have a conversation.
Yeah, so this is why I appreciate you, and I've followed you for 7 years.
Yeah.
If I were to say the things I'm saying right now to another African American person, they'd be completely offended. And I'm just trying to have a conversation.
I like talking to people, and I like giving someone an opportunity to say what's in them. I hate fake people. You know, the one.
Well, I just hate that people. I voted for Trump.
Okay.
And people automatically assume I'm racist.
Hold on. And it's like, and I can tell you why a lot of people see it that way. Because who do you think okay, let me ask you a question. How do you view the Proud Boys?
I don't even know, I know who the Proud Boys are, but before that whole incident happened, I had no clue who they were. I think they're the fucking Hell's Angels. Get them the fuck out.
I know a couple Hell Angels, and they're pretty good.
Well, I know what you're saying.
Okay, so watch this here. So
I got 3 kids, 6, 4, and 2. Do I want them around the Proud Boys?
No. Right.
Do I want them around the Bloods and the Crips? No. That's how I view it.
Same here. Same thing. But here's the difference between the Bloods and the so the Bloods and the Crips usually shooting.
Let me jump in. If you ask the random person on the street who the Proud Boys were, they would think they're a rap group or nobody knows who they are unless you're into politics and I listen to podcasts all day. People don't know who the Proud Boys are.
Oh, really?
People don't know. Yeah. 100%.
Well, some of us.
You're in it. You live in this daily, and this is what you do. You're out here live streaming. If I asked my wife who the Proud Boys were, she'd have no clue. She'd think they're a boy band. Go. You're a pastor. I don't know how involved your congregation is, but ask them if they knew who the Proud Boys are. They're not going to know who they are.
Oh, they do, because I talk about them.
Well, okay, touche. But I'm just saying,
if
you ask the random person, go to Target and ask a random person what they think about the Proud Boys, they're going to think you're talking about a soccer team.
Yeah, you're probably right. But they would know. Okay, do you know who Antifa is?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I'm in it.
You're wait a minute. Oh, you're not in Antifa. No. Okay, no. Because I know somebody will hear that and they'll go, oh wow. So I just want to make sure we.
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah. So, but here's the thing. because people look at the Republican Party and don't feel that they could that we can get into the Republican Party. Look at Donald Trump's look at his cabinet, right? Look at his cabinet. I mean, are you telling me that there's no qualified black people to be in that man's cabinet?
Is
You
HUD
know,
Hauser, the guy who runs HUD.
that's like a black that's a given. Look. He,
Who was the last?
Ben Carson was in HUD. I mean, you're telling me that there's no black person that could be Secretary of State, the main positions. Donald Trump has never had a black person in a main position. Even George Bush had Condoleezza Rice. Even George Bush had Colin Powell. Right?
Okay, so of everyone in his cabinet, what African American is more qualified? Like, I could give two shits if everyone in his cabinet was black, Asian. I don't really give a fuck what color they are. And sorry,
You
I'm
don't.
swearing.
Right? You don't.
Okay,
But
but who's more?
there's a
What
large number of
African
people
American?
who care.
What black person is more qualified than Marco Rubio? He's Hispanic.
Oh,
So
he could get.
you're
I mean,
saying he doesn't have any. You're saying he doesn't have any black people in his cabinet. What black person is more qualified to be in any of those positions? I don't
he could
know.
he could easily go. He could easily go to Harvard and get
Fuck
get a
Harvard.
get a or Yale. I mean,
Fuck all of them.
no, I understand what you're saying, but when you're talking about somebody with smarts, I mean, with black person, they got to be smart, and so you telling me here is Keith Hegseth, a Fox personality. It's really
Yeah.
what he is, right? You're
Yeah.
telling me there isn't a black person that's war that's been in the war that's ran that's ran an army or the Air Force or the Navy.
I can't disagree with you on that one. I would also say there's other white people more qualified.
Oh yeah,
Or
but we
Asian
weren't
people more qualified.
no we wasn't talking about white people at this time. We was just talking about black folks.
Yeah, I totally agree with you on that one.
Right. So that's what
I don't think he
that's
picked
what
him because
I'm
he was
talking
white.
about.
I don't think he picked
So,
him because he was white. I think he picked him because he would align with him.
oh yeah. I mean, I don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that wasn't part of it, but I'm also saying part of it is he picked what America wants to see. America wants to see when they turn their TV on. Hell, you got white folks complaining that there's too many black people in commercials. America wants to see when they turn their TV on, white folks on their TV. No different than any other than black folks. I'll be honest with you. There's times I turn my TV on. I'm happy to see black folks on the TV. Period. Point blank. I ain't got no reason to lie to you on that. It's good every once in a while to see. I get happy when I walk into the barbershop and all them brothers are in there and we can just sit there and shoot the shit like we do. I get happy when it happens because a lot of times when I'm out
Why
here
is it always about race?
in rural Minnesota,
Why is it always about race?
Why? Because America made it that way. We didn't make race. We didn't.
You're pushing it.
We didn't.
You're pushing
I'm
it.
pushing it. I just
We just
showed
the
you.
last 5 minutes.
I just showed you that your president, right, pushed race more than anybody. So
because he picked his cabinet, he picked
yeah,
Hispanics and other white.
Well, Marco Rubio.
I looked at his
is
when I
Marco
when I
Rubio
when I,
is
if I
what we
look at
call
his cabinet.
yeah.
If
Marco
I looked
Rubio
at
is
his
what
cabinet.
who
I don't. If I looked at a president's cabinet,
okay.
the last thing I think about is like what race people are. I'm like, oh, that's the Secretary of State. Like, it doesn't even cross my mind. If he were to have a black guy, I'd be like, oh, hell yeah, let's get it.
No,
That's my Secretary of State.
people be pretty upset on there.
I
But
wouldn't. I could care less.
we have well.
And the other problem is
well,
with all the DEI stuff, they're pushing all these people.
That's white women.
Well, exactly.
White women. You said when you said DEI and you say they push DEI, that's white women. They fooled you into thinking.
Owens.
They fooled you. See, when you sit there and you say, "Well, why is it about race?" Well, the reason DEI is so hot is because the Republican Party told you black folks, and y'all bought it, and y'all fell right for that very trap. When all along it was white women that was benefiting more off of DEI than anybody. But oh no, because it was about race, we put black folks on top of it, and y'all believed it. Y'all bought it hook, line, and sinker. So when we sit there and we talk about why is it about race, there's things I can put out there for you and show you.
Why do you say y'all? Like you're talking to me like we're different.
Talking
we're
to who?
Different.
Like no. I'm talking about the people who believed, who keep putting out. Because I can go on Twitter right now and pull up probably 20 people, 20 white folks who believe the lie about DEI. Now, I didn't bring up DEI in this conversation. You did.
Yeah.
Right. So what I'm saying is we can sit here and we can try to act like we don't see color. That's what cracks me up. When I hear people sit there and go, "Well, I don't see color. Well, it doesn't matter to me." I'll call bullshit on anybody who says that. I'll call it day and night, because that's just not true. Because there's something that's going to happen, something that's going to go down, something that's going to, Black Lives Matter. Everybody
what do you think about that?
Everybody's seen it. It was a forest. It was bullshit. It was nuts. It was crazy, and it was something that we should have saw coming. They don't get me wrong. They fooled me. I was at.
They fooled the whole world.
Yeah, I mean they fooled me. Because I got emotionally into what was going on, right?
Yeah.
I was at the federal building. I marched to the federal building with my fist in the air. And I watched money roll out of Minneapolis and Minnesota with this group like no other. They robbed this state.
They did well.
Period. Point blank.
They did well.
And they used this death of this man, regardless of how he died, but they used this death of this man.
What do you think about his death?
What about it?
Do you think? What do you think about the toxicology reports?
Well, it's according on which one you want to go by. I've never said. Here's the thing, and I'll say this for the rest of my life. Derek Chauvin was not supposed to be the guy, right? He wasn't. Period. Point blank.
What do you mean?
Do you know who? You ever heard of Philando Castile?
Yeah. St. Anthony.
If that cop hadn't got off.
No, Falcon Heights.
Falcon Heights. If that cop has not gotten off, Derek Chauvin wouldn't be in prison right now. I guarantee you that. I can guarantee you that. Derek Chauvin is in prison. You know who Katie Porter is?
Yeah.
Katie Porter shot Dante Wright when she messed up her taser versus her gun.
Yeah.
That was a mistake,
Yep.
right? If
She said taser, taser, taser.
that's right.
Then boom.
That's
Yep.
right. If that cop that shot Philando Castile, because Philando Castile was George Floyd. The reason George Floyd blew up the way it did is because of Philando Castile. Because we thought for sure there was no way in the world you can watch that video and listen to that man tell that cop he had a gun, and that cop shoot and kill that man, and that man walks. You cannot. There's no one could ever tell me that that was right. But because of what happened, this goes all the way back. I say this is an O.J. Simpson thing. The reason O.J. Simpson.
I disagree.
Go ahead. What do you think?
I think if you asked any of the people who support like the whole George Floyd thing, if you ask them about Philando Castillo, they'd have no fucking clue who that is.
We talk about it all the time, dude.
Who's
we talk about it at the square all the time. Everybody knows. Every black person here knows. Every black person here knows who
the people at the square is not the population. Like I follow politics a lot.
Okay.
So I'm in, like, I know all this stuff, but if you ask a person on the street who Philando Castillo is, they're gonna have no clue. But if you ask them if they support Black Lives Matter, they're gonna say yes.
You don't have to.
Yes.
Hey, dude.
And if they support George Floyd, they're gonna say yes. It's the fucking media.
When that cop murdered and got off with Philando Castile, they had school time prayer. They had kids getting out of schools. We have
next
a
time
Philando.
You go to Target, next time you go to Target, ask 5 people who Philando Castillo are.
I don't have to go to Target. I can walk out in my front yard and ask that. I can go to any church. I can go to any white church and ask who Philando Castile is.
They're not going to know.
Are you here in Minnesota? You're not in Minnesota, right?
Yes, I am.
Then you must not be anywhere near the cities. Anywhere in Hennepin County, they will tell you.
County. I just moved from Hennepin County.
They will tell you who Philando Castile is. I mean, all the schools, pretty much every school in Hennepin County, they was teaching the kids they had a Philando Castile Day. Philando Castile has paid for school lunches, and they let people know who Valerie Castile is. We have a ceremony, a balloon release that gets bigger and bigger and bigger every single year for Philando Castile. Philando Castile is huge here in the state of Minnesota. Now, I don't know where you say
in the state of Minnesota.
I don't know where you bouncing at, but I can tell you I don't know anybody. And I'm talking white. I've been out to Hugo.
That's fair.
Glencoe, Minnesota.
Yeah, Glencoe, Silver Lake. That's fair.
Yeah, they know about Philando.
I can say I'm wrong.
Right? No, I'm not saying you're wrong. But what I'm trying to say is, I believe that if that cop would have went to jail for Philando Castile, then Derek Chauvin don't go to jail. And I'm going to tell you why. Because everybody knew who George Floyd was. George Floyd was over on 38th in Chicago because he's a drug addict. He was over there to buy drugs. He took a fake $20 bill and he bought something that only cost him $2 so he can have $15 so he can buy him 3 rocks for $5. We know who he is. There is no ifs, ands, or buts who this dude was. You understand what I'm saying?
Why do we idolize that?
Who idolize? I don't know who idolize it.
They have statues everywhere.
You know why? Because he got 5 cops, dude. 5. They don't idolize him for being a drug dealer. They don't idolize him for using drugs. They don't idolize him for where he's at. They idolize him because that's the first black man that he got 5 cops, dude. It's rare that we get 1, but he got 5. Dude, that's like hitting a home run. It's not that's not the point. The point isn't
that's a grand slam.
What he did is the point that
that's a grand slam.
Yeah, so but like I said before, everybody knew who this cat was. There's people act like, "Oh, well, he was on fentanyl." We know that. He was on drugs. We know that. He was a wife beater. We know that. That's not the point. People don't understand that. But I can guarantee you, if that situation with Philando Castile had went the other way, they wouldn't have messed with Derek. Derek wouldn't be. They would have been like, okay, fine. You know what? It could have been the heart. It could have been the drugs. I never say anything about if Derek killed him or not. I don't know. But what I do know is what I hear in the beauty shops, what I hear on the corner of Penn and Lindale, what I hear at the barbershop, where I hear at the Cub Foods on Broadway. What I do hear is George Floyd.
The Cub Foods in Brooklyn Park or Brooklyn
North
Center
Minneapolis. North Minneapolis.
Okay.
What I do hear is people talking about George Floyd and the cops that he got sent to jail.
That's a good point.
Just like Jamar Clark. That kid wasn't reaching for that cop's gun when that cop blasted him in the back of the head. Add Jamar Clark to George Floyd. Those cops got off. They killed the black man. Those cops got off. Then we had Philando Castile. Those cops got off. People were pissed. People was upset that these white cops was killing black men. So when George Floyd came around, and Derek did what he did, and the other cops did what they did, yeah, they were going to jail, whether they killed him or not. Yeah, look, the fentanyl could have killed him. The fentanyl could have put him away. The fentanyl could have done this here. That wasn't the point. The point of the matter is somebody had to go to jail. Just like Katie Porter. I say over and over and over, if George Floyd don't happen, Katie Porter doesn't go to jail. It was a mistake, man. That was a mistake, right? Because I look at because when it comes to that situation, I look at it in a way of going, his ass shouldn't have been trying to run. Comply with the damn police. Keep your ass where you're at. Let them do their damn job. Period.
Yes.
Now,
Amen.
they can get mad at me for that all they want, but tell me where I'm wrong.
Amen.
I'm not.
I agree with that.
Right? If
all right,
yeah.
Rev, I gotta go put the kid down.
Oh yeah, man.
I appreciate you letting me hang out with you.
Yeah, man. Appreciate you.
We can agree to disagree.
Always. Always.
It's this is what fixes things, and just because I'm a Republican doesn't mean I'm racist. If I was racist, I wouldn't be coming on here talking to you and bantering with you.
Yes, sir.
So I appreciate everything that you're doing. Keep doing it. You're fighting the good fight.
No, and again, I thank you, for coming in and hanging out, because a lot of people don't, a lot of people just like to sit behind the scenes and they talk a bunch of crap. And I tell people, come on here. I'm not here to judge you, man. That's not my job. I cannot judge you. I like to hear.
Job.
Yep. I like to hear somebody else's opinion. I'm on this thing running off at the mouth sometimes, and people, well, that's not right. Well, come on and tell me why it's not right, man.
Exactly.
I'll shut my mouth.
Yeah.
So I definitely appreciate you, man. So thank you very much. And tell your wife.
You let me talk over you, and you stopped talking. So.
Well, hey,
I
Hey,
apologize for
no,
that.
no,
I get a
no.
little fired up.
It's cool, man. Like I said, I just want. I mean, I only got you for a little bit. I want you to get your time in and tell me what's wrong or what's right or where we agree and where we don't agree, and that's going to happen, right? I didn't call you on here and say I need you to agree with everything that I said, and I didn't expect you to come on. That's why I was sitting there going, don't come on here agreeing with everything that I said, man. You're just gonna knock this thing out of the water, man. I need somebody to push back on what I say, and I appreciate you, man.
All right, I'll be back, sir.
Sounds like a deal, bro. Peace.
God is good.
All right, God is good. All right, people, there you go, man. We went a little bit over, but the dude jumped in. I appreciate. See, that's what I like. I like that, man. I like, you don't have to, like I said, you don't have to agree with me. I'm wrong sometimes. If I'm wrong, I'll definitely say I'm wrong. I have no problem with saying I'm wrong. I just like to have conversation with people, right? Somebody who sees things different, that we can actually have a conversation. And I'm gonna say what I'm gonna say, and I give you the opportunity to say whatever you want to say. It's totally up to you, right? And I'm not gonna bash you for your beliefs at all. I only do that when I get a troll that comes on here and start bothering me. And I didn't get a troll. I was pissed because I had to go to my kidney thing. And 3 hours, man, I sat there and I got no trolls. Kind of pissed me off. I had nothing to do for 3 hours. Well, I got to talk to this old guy that was next to me, which is pretty cool. And he was telling me he was he designed pools. This is cool. I'm gonna tell you this, and I'm out. True story. He was telling me he designed pools, and one of the pools that he put together, and I thought it was pretty funny, right? Because hold on, because you're gonna understand why I said this, because it was a white guy, and so he tells me about a pool. No joke, true story, that he designed for Sammy Davis Jr. Anyway, yeah. So I sitting there. I'm talking to him, and he goes. He hits me with that. Oh, I designed a pool for him. He says, and what he did for a living was he was a pool designer. He designed all these nice and really, really fancy pools. So he's telling me about this pool that he designed for Sammy Davis Jr. And then he stopped, right? Like, I'm supposed to be like, you understand what I'm saying? So I gave him I gave him that moment. So, I looked over at him and his eyes was about that big. But I thought that was pretty funny. So that's what I got to do the other day when I had to go into my clinic. Oh, my throat is unbelievably dry. But all right, fam, I'm done, man. I appreciate Ace of Spades for coming on and hanging out with me. And like I said, you feel like I figured out that worked. I did not know that would work, but it did. That is cool. That I found something out new, and that is cool as all get up. So I appreciate him for coming on and hanging out. Y'all have a good one, people. Always understand and realize that what Pete Hegseth says is not true. Because the God that I serve, the true and one living God that there is, anyway, always know that God is good all the time. And all the time, God is good, right? Anyway, fam, I got to go. Y'all have a good one. We will probably see you guys. Well, probably won't be on Monday. If it rains, I will be back, right? If not, tomorrow morning, Don Allen's show, Black News, 9:30. So forgot about that part. Come and hang out with us, and you'll hear and scream and yell. We'll scream and yell at them. What's happening, James? James, I don't know if you saw the guy that was on with me. I got to get you on here, James. When you gonna come hang out with me? Come hang out with me. I had a Republican on with me tonight, and he had to tell him what the difference between a Republican, James, and a conservative, right? But I definitely love to have you on here. Definitely love to have you on here, James. But anyway, yeah, Pulp Fiction is what it is. Pulp Fiction. It's not real. Pete had no clue. And I know, hold on. Let me do this here. Because I know a lot of Republicans are sitting here swearing up and down. Oh, but he explained it. No, you don't. Listen, people. Here's what you don't do. You don't mess with God in any way, shape, or form. You don't take his words. Listen to me. You don't take his words and try to conform. You don't do Apollo White. You don't mess with God at all, man. You don't. And if that's the type, I mean, I'm sitting here going, he asked me what a Republican is. And I'm sitting here saying to him, thinking to myself, hell, Donald Trump got Republicans hating on the Pope. The Pope. Of all people, the Pope. I'm watching people write things about the Pope because of Donald Trump. That is crazy. No, man, I don't care what you. No. You can unfollow me. You can never, ever, ever, ever get me to believe. No. That's never going to happen. That the crap that Donald Trump has said about this Pope. No, man. No, y'all crazy. You're nuts. You're nut. I'm gonna put it this way. I hope it's not grape Kool-Aid that y'all are drinking. Jim Jones would be at awestruck with what Donald Trump can do to a group of people. Jim Jones would be pissed. He would be jealous of what Donald Trump can do to a group of people. Y'all have lost your damn mind. When this man got people hating the Pope. I can see if this was a senator, I can understand that. Y'all going after Ted Cruz or going after Jasmine Crockett or I can understand all of that. I can see him going after Obama. I can see him going after. I understand that. Another leader over it. Dude, do not get me wrong. The Pope. Get out of here. Y'all, you ain't never gonna convince me. I hope that, because I like grape Kool-Aid, and if all y'all die because y'all drinking some type of Kool-Aid, and then they wanna what do we do? What am I trying to think of? If you want to cancel grape Kool-Aid and say, oh, we got to get rid of grape Kool-Aid because all of these people drank this Kool-Aid that Donald Trump gave them, and it was grape. I hope it's not grape Kool-Aid, and then y'all sit there and want to ban grape Kool-Aid. Maybe that cherry. I don't like cherry. I don't like cherry Kool-Aid. I hope what Donald Trump is giving you all is cherry Kool-Aid. I hope it's not grape, because I don't want you to mess with that. When this is all said and done. But the Pope, no, man. No, you can, right now, what I want you to do is find my profile. No, serious. Find my profile. If you one of them people believe the crap that this man have said about the Pope, find, and I'm not Catholic like that, but I do know you don't mess with God. I'm not calling the Pope God. But what I'm saying is, you just don't mess. You don't know, man. I don't know how many of you all have read the Bible from cover to cover. I don't know how many of you done that. I don't know how many of you have gotten to the point to where you can read a piece of scripture and that scripture come to life and you can explain that scripture to people sitting there. I don't know how many, but I'm at that point that when I write my sermons, it's because the page that I'm on feels like it's lifting up, and I know exactly where I need to tell them God's word. I don't mess with him. I don't deal with nobody. If you run in with the devil, I'm not with you. I have nothing to do with you. I don't want to know you. I don't want to be, but no. So I'm hoping that the Kool-Aid that y'all drinking from Donald Trump is cherry Kool-Aid. No, James, it can't be orange because I like orange Kool-Aid every once in a while too. But my favorite is grape. And I can't have y'all, once this is all said and done, and y'all realize that this man has duped you like no other. No other. You're not banning grape Kool-Aid because y'all was fool enough to drink it. It ain't happening, James. It ain't happening. But you don't mess with the Pope. No. Hold on. Show me. I need somebody to go out in the internet atmosphere. And I need you to look at every president before this man and show me somewhere where they have done something like this towards the Pope. No. Show me somebody. What did Biden say something bad about the Pope? Did Obama say something bad about the Pope? Did even baby Bush say something bad about the Pope? Did Ronald Reagan, Nixon, Eisenhower, any of them? What did Lincoln say about the Pope? Any of them? Show me somewhere where somebody have literally made people on the internet say some of the things about the Pope that I've seen people say. I'm reading this stuff going, this is the Pope. How in the world did this man get you guys to drink the cherry Kool-Aid for you to put the Pope down? Oh my God. Dude asked me what is a Republican. There you go. That's why I say when I see Republicans talking about conservatism and all, that's why I go, no, man, you're not. Don't do that. I'm a conservative. Then you have your Barry Goldwater. Barry Gold. Look it up yourself. Nope, look it up yourself. You got your Barry Goldwater Republicans. That's what the Republican Party is. They always been. That's when the switch happened. Barry Goldwater. Look it up yourself, people. You're not. Don't come over here talking about you conservatives because you're not. I'm a conservative. I don't drink the Kool-Aid of nobody. Zero. And and see, the deal is with the Republican Party, they like to get black folks who are in this, what we call a bubble of assimilation. Let me show you something. True story. There was a representative that was in the car. He was in the car with two white guys, himself, a gun, and a bottle of whiskey. Right? Let me show you how this works. True story. But in his head, he wants to go out here and try to act like that his life was saved because he did what the cops wanted him to do. That's that bubble of assimilation, right? He wants so bad to think that they love him that he's blinded by what really happened. If he was in that car with 3 other black men, it wouldn't have turned out the way that it did. They would have beat his ass. Period. But because he was in the car with 2 other white men, he got off. Those are facts. Those are facts. It ain't had nothing to do with him talking. No. Give credit where credit is due. Elliot Endon, if it wasn't for Elliot and whoever other white person, Walter Hudson's ass would have been in jail. Period. They would have breathalyzed him and he would have, because he's a black man. Period. Those are facts. I ain't stupid enough to sit here and believe some crap talking about all you have to do. I've watched too many cops pull up on a corner, jump out of the cop and start nailing people with their nightstick, throwing people in the back of cars. So don't play me like I'm stupid. That's called a bubble of assimilation. When you want so bad to believe that you one of somebody, that you will overlook the truth, get out of here. I saw that the other day. Somebody sent me that. Come on, look at what he said. Dude is gone. Right? In order, and that's another thing about these so-called black megas. What do they got to do? In order to be black and mega, what do you got to do? You have to completely drop who you are as a black person. Look at the 3 that we got here. There's three main black people in the Republican Party here in the state of Minnesota. 3. No, seriously. 3. And all 3 of them ain't got no blackness to them. They have literally completely dropped who they are as black people in order to fit in with the Republican Party. I'm a conservative. I don't do that. It don't work like that with me. I'm gonna be who I am, but for them, it works for them. That type of stuff work for certain, and that's why it cracks me up with Candace Owens. Candace Owens for a minute dropped her blackness, and y'all bought that crap. You bought it. But now y'all seeing who she is, and now y'all getting all upset. And I know somebody's gonna sit there and go, "Well, you're wrong, Rev. There's 4. What about blah 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 blah?" Like I said before, I know blah blah blah. I walked in the streets with blah blah blah. You ain't going from Black Lives Matter to mega with me, and I don't know who you are. Y'all can be fooled by these people. You can't fool me because I've seen you. How you gonna sit here and try to get money from Black Lives Matter, and when you realize that grift ain't gonna work for you, you go over there and grift on the mega side, and they put boatloads of money in your coffer for you. No, that happened. So I say 3, not 4. 3. That's it. That's it. That's it. 3 black folks over in the, and then here's the thing. And then when those black folks are over in the so-called Republican mega party, do you think that they have any mindset to go, all of this stuff that's going on in the black community? Maybe I need to, listen, the reason the Republicans don't want me in their party, because they know I'm going to still fight for poor people. Whether you're black or white, it doesn't matter. Because I help just as many poor white people that the Republicans don't care about than I do the black people. All right? I don't even count Kendall, because Kendall is a joke. Let's call Kendall what he is. If y'all believe Kendall, yeah, I know the Republican Party is bad. Really quick. But the black people that I'm talking about, James, is basically AK, Walter, and Lisa. That's it. That's it. I didn't even, like I said, didn't even say Kendall's name because I don't even, Kendall ain't even, Kendall tries. He tries so hard. But Kendall is never going to get over that hump to where your Walter is. Kendall's not going to get to the AK status, and he's not going to get to the Lisa status. Never going to happen. Never going to happen. Because Kendall still has tendencies, right? Because I've watched Kendall. I've watched Kendall out on the stump. I've watched him when he's out talking in these rooms with all these white people. Kendall still has that black tendency to him. He's not me. He's close, but they can still tell. White people still look at Kendall and go, "You're not like Walter Hudson, though." You understand? You're not like a Lisa Dumont, Kendall. You're not like a A.K. Kamaro, Kendall. See, they have fully bought into the Republican assimilation bubble. Those three have totally bought into it. Kendall, not so much, because Kendall's got a black wife and he's got black kids. And Kendall knows that if his kids go outside and nobody know who his kids are and they're black, Kendall already knows something could happen to his kids. Kendall realized that. Kendall knows he can't go all the way over. Where, Walter Hudson, he lives in a white neighborhood, so he don't really care about his kids. And his kids don't look black, right? They don't look like Walter. Walter Hudson kids don't look like him. So they're passing. Same thing with AK, right? Same thing with Lisa, right? So that's the difference between all three of them and Kendall. Kendall has to pull back because Kendall's got his kids are black. They just as black as anybody. And there could be a day they get pulled over and the cops go, you're not passing. So Kendall has to tone it down. Kendall knows that. And Kendall is smart with it. Kendall can play somewhat on one side of the fence. But he come over here to the black side, then everybody's like, we know you, Kendall. Get the hell out of here. Get out of here. Right? And then, like I said, you got the other dude who runs around here swearing to God he was Black Lives Matter for 10 minutes, and then the next thing you know, I look up and he's running around here talking about he mega, making all this here money off of mega, going and having wings at a damn script joint. Really? You're mega. Dude, I was in the streets with you. I walked. I know the same people you know. And you're mega. You can't, look. It took me a minute to go from being a Republican to being a Democrat to going back to a Republican to going back to a Democrat and then leaving all parties completely altogether. That didn't happen within. It didn't take me a week to go from Republican to Democrat. It was like Reagan, Daddy Bush, and then after Daddy Bush, that's when I went Democrat. So you're not going to tell me that you're going to be marching down Washington on Monday, and then Wednesday you wearing a red hat. Really? Get out of here. See, this is how I know white folks can be fooled by black folks like crazy. If I was on here lying to you every single night, y'all would buy it. But you know what? No, man. This is me. I'm not going to change for you. I'm not going to assimilate. I'm not going to act like. I'm not going to be like. You don't like me, just don't like me, period. That Negro that I used to listen to before, I can't listen to that Negro no more. I'm cool with it. I'm not getting on my knees and kissing nobody's feet and begging nobody to hang out and like me at all. Y'all gonna get me exactly the way I am. But that's what has to happen. Look at the black folks that came over. Look at the black folks that call themselves coming over. What is the first thing they gotta get their passport? What's the first thing they say? Well, Isa offered the plantation. Isa offered the Democrat plantation, and that the Democrats are never going to tell me what to do ever again. I don't care what you say. I know that I have ran my last time from them Democrats. Because them Democrats, all the thing they do is they just use the black folks. The black folks have been being used by the Democrat plantation. And I'm off the Democrat plantation. Right? That's what they do. Come on, y'all. Don't sit there and act like I'm the only one that sees it. That's what they do. Oh, man. I'm good. I ain't on no Democrat plantation. I ain't on no damn Republican plantation. I've been dying for some of y'all to finally just get off all them damn parties so we can go and actually make some difference. Cause you're not making a difference with the Democrats. Tell me you are. Democrats are too busy in their own thing. Cause ain't none of you. Well, I don't know. Way the Republicans run around here. Y'all probably be the only ones using them damn bathhouses. But we don't need no damn bathhouse. That's what I like about Jacob Fry. Jacob Fry finally spoke up. It was like, we don't need bathhouses. I don't need a place. I don't need to back a place where two men. What? Listen, hold on, man. Go in your back. Get a sauna. This is what I don't understand when it comes to Jason Chavez and his little band of merry men. Why do you need a place to go to tug on some man's stuff? Why do you need a bathhouse? What? I don't understand it. I'm not gay. I ain't never been gay. I ain't never thought about being gay. But I'm just asking the simple question. Why do you need a bathhouse to go to tug on some man's stuff? Can't he just come to your house? Can't you just run some bath water? Hell, can't y'all all get together and just get one jacuzzi? You got to have all of y'all got to be in the same room and messing with one another's stuff? I ain't never had no time that I ever wanted to even touch another man's stuff. Even when we were in the shower and when I was growing up, you had to take a shower with all the guys and stuff like that. That's about as close as I ever wanted to come. Talking about touching somebody else's stuff. But we got to go actually get a building with bathtubs and bathhouses and all that there for you to feel good about yourself? Get out of here with that crap. I had to get off here before I get myself in trouble. Well, I don't care. You can say what you want at the end of the day. But no, man, that's why I left. The reason I left the Democratic Party is when Barack Obama lied to us. He lied. Yes, he did. Barack Obama came on and said that he evolved. And now he believes in gay marriage. There is no gay marriage. I don't care what you say. I don't care what you say. I don't care what Jack say. I don't care what Jill. I don't care what Jack and Joseph say. I don't care what Jill and Mary say. There is no gay marriage. Are we clear on here? So if you one of them people who want to get mad, get upset because of what I just said, it's called blocked. That's all you got to do is block me. We don't ever have to have a conversation before. But the reason I left the Democratic Party is when Barack Obama turned around and said that the same thing, that what God gave me and my wife, what God gave me and my wife, he decided that Steve and Steve, and what God gave us is when God told the man and the woman to go and fulfill this earth. A man and a woman. A woman's the only one that can have a baby. I don't care what you cut off or what you do. The woman. Man is the only man that has what it takes to go inside the woman. And the woman becomes pregnant and have a baby. And those two, if everything is right, when they have this baby, they are what we call married. That's how God intended it. That's how it's supposed to be. In no other way, shape, or form will I ever sit back and say that Steve and Steve is married. It's just not going to happen. Get mad at me if you want. Get mad at me if you want. Show me in the Bible. Show me anywhere, but I can show you in the Bible where it says that God put the man down. This is what he did. He put the man down, put him to sleep. He took a rib from that man and he put that rib into one man. And then he said that this man, I want you to understand what I did for you. I made you a helpmate. That's what he said. Show me anywhere in my Bible where it said that God put Adam down, took his rib, put it into Steve, and called Steve a helpmate. Show me where that happened. The day you show me that, the day I will believe that Barack Obama was right. But until that day, Barack Obama is a fool. He's a flat out, no ifs, ands, or buts. He's a fool. Period, point blank. That's why I didn't vote for his ass the second time around. Because he ain't got no damn sense. He lost his damn mind. He went squirrely on us. Period. Point blank. I'm done. Anyway, I got to go. I'm way, way over tonight. Holy smoke, man. Appreciate y'all guys for hanging out. Appreciate you for hanging around. Carl, if you still around, Carl, make sure you call me, man. We got to have a chit chat. I appreciate you all. James, is always good for you to bounce in. But hey James. But when you get a chance, rewind this. Check out Ace of Spade. Came in and hung out with me tonight, and I appreciate the dude, man. I do. I appreciate the dude coming in and being up front. All right. We were supposed to talk. We really didn't talk about Nick Fuentes that much because he was talking about everybody get mad at me because I say I like Nick. The reason I like Nick is because Nick tells the truth. Nick says things. What Nick says, white folks want to say it. And y'all know it as well as I do. That's why Nick said, point blank, we're going to get rid of all of these black tokens. That's what he said. And I'm like, cool. That's why I like him. I don't care. Y'all can hate him. I know y'all sit there and go, he's a bigot. He's a racist. He says that. That's what he said he was. Said he was a bigot. He's a Jew hater and all of this here type of stuff. But when you listen to the kid talk, he's saying a lot of stuff that other people wants to say. The only thing that I'm saying is let him talk. Let him talk. Let him say it. Because that's what people want to say. He's putting out there. He's just putting out there what America wants to say. And that's why y'all got Donald Trump. And y'all know that as well as I do. You can lie to yourself if you want, but you can't lie to me. Anyway, y'all have a good night. I appreciate y'all. Peace, fam. I'm out.